Hello, Year 7. I hope we're all staying safe and well during these troubling times. My name is Mr. Trevelyan, if you haven't met me already, and I've put together a lesson for you to follow along with at home. Yeah, to keep up our science education while we can't be in school. So hopefully, I'm able to share my screen now. It's a bit weird teaching without any people who can see me. So hopefully you can see my screen now as I dip into this PowerPoint here. You should be able to see a do now exercise. So what I want to do now is to pause the video and read the instructions in the yellow box. So go ahead and pause the video now. Right, welcome back. We are going to be doing a bit of a weird one today. In terms of, by the way, things that we can be doing that are scientific while we're at home and not at school. So many options, right? There are so many things that we can be thinking about, including, experiments, baking soda volcanoes. Maybe we could make our own yogurt. I don't know, stuff with rockets and balloons, and yeah, just try and get together and do something scientific. If you manage to do something impressive over this break, and you showed it to your science teacher, I'm sure we'd be really impressed and interested in what you've been up to. By the way, just a quick note to keep up your general scientific knowledge. There are so many YouTube channels which are just really excellent sources for learning. I just watched a really amazing video from a channel called Kurzgesagt. Kurzgesagt. I watched a video that came out today, which was it was about what would happen if the planet Earth got kind of shunted out of the solar system, and it was really amazing kind of scientific ideas in there. Anyway, on with the lesson, which is going to be about organ systems, as you know from the LQ. If you haven't got the LQ down already, just pop that at the top of a scrap piece of paper and get on with it. So how this is going to work, you're going to be making notes as you watch the video, and I want you to bring them back to your science teacher when we return. And an outline of what we're learning about is, firstly, what is an organ system? Secondly, what organ systems do we have? And basically, what do they do? And a lot of this is going to be recap from what you've already been learning. But if you're not sure, you can. There should be some scope for us to learn new things too, as we're about to see. So here's what I always do with my classes, and 7L5 and 7S2 are going to be rolling their eyes because they've seen this a million times. But here's what we would find if we looked up the word organ in a dictionary. And an organ is part of an organism which performs a specific vital function. And what that essentially means is, we can break down those the meanings of these words, which might seem a little bit complicated, to get our overall definition. So an organism, as you know, is just a living thing. Performs just means that it does, and a specific function is just one job. Vital meaning that it's needed survival. So vital just means really important. If we didn't have these organs, then we wouldn't be able to survive. And an example of an organ is the mouth, and the function of the mouth is to chew and swallow food. That's an organ, and that's its specific vital function, to chew and to swallow food. So we've got an organ, our mouth, but what's an organ system? Give you 30 seconds just to think about it. Pause the video. An organ system is when we have lots of different organs that are working together to perform an overall function. So an example of would be the digestive system, the function of which is to digest food. So your first task, just for 3 minutes, I want you to pause the video, pause me, and on some paper, just write down what an organ system is in your own words. And I'm going to attach a bite-sized link in the resources section to help you if you're not sure what's going on. So feel free to rewind me, listen to me again. But yeah, all I want you to do is just write down what an organ system is in your own words for 3 minutes. Set your stopwatches to 3 minutes. So, organ systems, what actually are they? And this will hopefully be some new ground for those of us who are finding this easy so far. But organ systems, there are loads of organ systems in the body, and we need to know about, we want to know about as many of them as possible. So in the top left, we've got the brain and the nerves. That'll be the nervous system. In the middle, at the top, we've got the male and female genitalia, the reproductive system. And on the top right, we've got the kidneys, the bladder, and the urethra, making up the excretory system. Down there on the bottom right, we've got the respiratory system, the lungs and the diaphragm, trachea. And the musculoskeletal system is that kind of half skeleton, half muscular guy we see in the middle on the right at the bottom. Middle left at the bottom, that's the heart in the middle with the arteries and veins running around the whole body. And as we know, that's the circulatory system. And the digestive system is just in the bottom left. But what I want you to do, and this will be the main task for this session, is to firstly look at the list of organ systems that I've just gone through on the right-hand side of your screen. I want you to pick 2 organ systems from that list, and I'm going to attach some video links which explain them. And just watch the video links for each of them, just for 2 videos, okay? I would recommend, by the way, choose one system which you're familiar with. So most of us have probably covered the digestive system, for example. But then choose another one which we're not so sure on. Those 2 purple ones at the bottom, those are extension systems. If you're curious, feel free to do more than 2, by the way. But two is the minimum that I'm expecting. So first off, we've chosen our 2 organ systems, and then we watch a video link for it. And for each one of the ones you've chosen, after you've watched the video, you're going to make a poster. And that poster is going to look like this. It's going to say what the overall function of that organ system is. For example, the digestive system, we've just said the overall function is to digest food. You might want to explain what that is in more detail. What organs make them up? So which smaller units make up this kind of system? What do these organs look like, and where are they? That I'm expecting some diagrams. And what would happen if we didn't have this organ system? As an extension, I want you to think about, do a bit of research, do a bit of Googling. Tell me, is this organ system the same in all animals? And if it's not, how is it different? So, for example, when we're talking about the musculoskeletal system, not all animals have bones. In fact, invertebrates, the word invertebrate means that it describes things like insects and snails, etc., which don't have a backbone. So for the musculoskeletal system, how do these animals get around it? How do these invertebrates get around not having a skeleton? For example, something like an earthworm. How does it move around if it doesn't have something rigid to pull against? That's what I want you to consider in your poster if you decide to cover that, or for any other of the organ systems. So pause your video now and just spend 20 minutes making those posters for 2 of those systems. Welcome back. I hope you've got some lovely looking posters about the organ systems to show your teachers. And your final task is going to be about dissection. So I'm going to attach another video, a final one. And it's a video, just going to warn you, it's a video of a sheep's heart being dissected. And that just means being cut open, right? So you don't have to watch this if you don't want to. Because obviously, I remember when I was in your shoes, I used to find this thing very, very kind of. I was a bit squeamish, and it's absolutely fine if you object. But for your final task, I want you to say whether you agree or disagree with dissections on animals. So if you could just spend 5 minutes thinking about whether you agree or disagree with dissections, and write 3 sentences to justify your argument. Justify just means back up your argument. Explain why you believe what you believe. So pause the video now to do that. Finally, here's your exit ticket. It's a 3-5-1. So I want us to write down at the bottom of our pages 3 sentences to summarize the learning that we've done today. Then now condense that into just 5 words, and then at the end, just do 1 word. So that should be everything for today's lesson. I hope we've enjoyed this lesson. I hope we've learned something from this lesson. It is a very troubling time, but I hope we can all kind of knuckle down and get some stuff done. So I'm going to stop the recording now, and yeah, have a lovely day, everyone.